Hello and welcome to the Intel Brief. Today is Tuesday, the 2nd of June. I am your host, Daniel, and today we're going to talk about there's been some mixed messages from Iran and the US over the ceasefire deal. Russia has launched a major attack on Ukraine, and the EU has reached a deal on return hubs for rejected asylum seekers. So firstly, US President Donald Trump said late on Monday that Israel and Hezbollah, through intermediaries, have agreed to stop all shooting. Trump's announcement came after Iran said it was suspending all talks with the United States over Israel's continued strikes on Lebanon, which have so far killed more than 3,400 people and displaced 1 million over, I think, the space of like 3 years at this point. Later on Monday, Trump told ABC News that he believes that an agreement with Iran to extend the ceasefire and reopen the Strait of Hormuz would be sealed over the next week. I mean, to me, this likely shows the lengths that Trump will go to get a deal done at this stage. And I think he's really lost the strategic control over the negotiations, especially in, the current form. I think despite all his talks, it appears highly unlikely that he isn't willing to go back to war with Iran unless they really have to. And controlling both Hezbollah and Israel is going to be extremely difficult here. They don't agree on much or anything, and basically both want to fight each other. So yeah, getting them both to agree and stop fighting is going to be extremely difficult. And next, Russia has launched a major missile and drone attack on Ukrainian cities, including Kiev, Dnipro, and Kharkiv, early on Tuesday, killing at least 9 people and wounding dozens more. This comes after days of warnings that Moscow was planning a major attack. And if this was that attack, I am highly embarrassed for them. So what? This type of attack seems to be really the only move that Russia has left to try and, show strength to both domestic and international audiences, but also to have any kind of significant attack against Ukraine. While it is horrible for the people of Ukraine, being attacked in your homes at night is horrific and tantamount to a war crime, it makes very little strategic difference. History shows that bombing a people generally hardens them towards the defender's side and doesn't really ever lead to victory. Just ask Trump when you look at Iran. And yeah, it doesn't really benefit the front line at all, which, is the main focus of the conflict. If Russia wants to try and control more territories, they really need to start making some progress in a significant way, but they really aren't. And lastly, EU lawmakers and members have agreed in principle on Monday to tightening asylum laws and allowing the establishment of return hubs outside of the bloc amid growing sentiment against migration. The deal, proposed by the European Commission in 2025, comes as far-right parties across the EU have been growing in popularity and have been pushing for a tougher stance on illegal immigration. The German DPA news agency reported that the deal has moved forward with support of right-wing parties in the European Parliament, which is an unusual move. So what? To me, this isn't very surprising, having lived in Europe for a number of years now, and I think it's likely that going forward they're going to become a lot more ruthless towards illegal immigration. I think the challenge will be finding countries outside of the bloc that are considered safe and that will accept refugees. It will likely also be quite a costly and difficult endeavour to actually implement. It's also likely that left-leaning parties within the bloc are going to challenge this in court and make it very difficult to implement. Also, the European Court of Human Rights will likely get involved and also make it challenging. So, while they have agreed in principle that they're going to do it, the actual practicalities of getting it done are going to be quite different, I think. But anyway, that's been the Intel Brief. I've been your host, Daniel, and I'll see you again tomorrow. See you.